Hello everyone, in today's topic we are going to talk about graphing quadratic functions. Quadratic function is in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the first term, this is the linear term, and this is the constant term. What is the linear term of y equals 4x squared minus 3? It is 0x. And what is the linear term of y equals x squared minus 5x? It is minus 5x. What is the constant term of y equals x squared minus 5x? It is equal to 0 because there is no constant term. Can the first term be 0? It's a big no. Because if a is 0, then we have a linear function already. So let us take a look at the graph of a quadratic function. The graph of a quadratic function is a parabola. A parabola can open up or down. If the parabola opens up, the lowest point is called the vertex or the minimum. But if the parabola opens down, the vertex is the highest point or maximum. Note, if the parabola opens left or right, it is not a function. The standard form of a quadratic function is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. The parabola will open up when a value is positive. So if we have a greater than 0, it opens up. But the parabola will open down when a value is negative. So when a is less than 0, the parabola opens down. So a should not be equal to 0 because if a is equal to 0, then we don't have a quadratic function. Parabolas are symmetric. Why? Because if we draw a line down the middle of the parabola, we could fold the parabola in half. We call this line the axis of symmetry. So the axis of symmetry divides the parabola into two equal parts. If we graph one side of the parabola, we could reflect it over the axis of symmetry to graph the other side. So if we have this part, using the axis of symmetry, we can also graph the other side. The axis of symmetry always passes through the vertex. Finding the axis of symmetry. When a quadratic function is in the standard form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, the equation of the axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. So it is best read as the opposite of b divided by 2 times a. Why do I say the opposite? Because when your b is negative, in your formula, your b becomes positive. But if your b is positive in the original equation and in your formula, it will become negative. So it's the opposite of b. So let us find the axis of symmetry for y equals 3x squared minus 18x plus 7. So in here, a is equal to 3, b equals negative 18. So using the formula, we have x equals 18 over 2 times 3, which is equal to 3. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 3. So in here, we are going to find the vertex. The axis of symmetry always go through the vertex. Thus, the axis of symmetry gives us the x-coordinate of the vertex. So let us find the vertex of y equals negative 2x squared plus 8x minus 3. So step 1, find the axis of symmetry. So using the formula x equals negative b over 2a or the opposite of b over 2a, a equals negative 2 and b equals negative 8. So from here, substituting all the values, we have x equals 2. So the x-coordinate of the vertex is 2. From here, we have step 2. So step 1, find the axis of symmetry. Step 2, we are going to substitute the x value into the original equation to find the y-coordinate of the vertex. So we are going to solve for y. Now we substitute x. And then simplifying further, y equals 5. So the vertex is 2, 5. Now let us graph a quadratic function. There are 3 steps to graph a parabola in standard form. Step 1, find the axis of symmetry using x equals negative b over 2a. So once we have already our x coordinate of the vertex, we need to find the vertex by substituting your x. And then, step 3, find the other points and reflect them across the axis of symmetry. Then connect the 5 points with a smooth curve. And then make a table using x values close to the axis of symmetry. So let us graph y equals 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. Step 1, find the axis of symmetry. So substituting all the values for your a and b, we have x equals 1. From here, we are going to have our axis of symmetry, x equals 1. And then find the vertex. Substitute x is equal to 1 to the original equation. So y equals negative 3. So our vertex is 1, negative 3. From here, we have step 3. Find other 2 points and reflect them across the axis of symmetry. So I choose 2, 3. So if x equals 2, y equals negative 1. And then if x equals 3, y equals 5. So from here, we are going to have the reflection of those points. So in 2, negative 1, we are going to count 1 unit from your axis of symmetry. And then from 3, 5, we are just going to count 2 units from your axis of symmetry. And from these 5 points, we can connect. And then here we are, the graph of y equals to x squared minus 4x minus 1. Now let us find the y-intercept of a quadratic function. So y-intercept is the point that intersects the y-axis. So instead of us substituting 0 in your original equation, take a look at it. So this is negative 1, yes? So just take a look at the constant term of your function that gives you your y-intercept. So now let us solve quadratic function. The x-intercepts when y equals 0 of a quadratic function are the solutions to the related quadratic equation. So the number of real solutions is at most 2. So in here, there's no solution because it doesn't cross the x-axis. While here, we have one solution, which is x equals 3 because it touches the x-axis once. In here, it touches the x-axis twice, so we have 2 solutions. X equals negative 2 or x equals 2. Now let us identify solutions of a quadratic function. So we have 2x minus x squared equals 0. So in here, the solution of this quadratic equation can be found by looking at the graph of f of x equals 2x minus x squared. So in here, looking at the graph, you can use the calculator in your laptop, click it, and then click the bar at the top of it, and then choose graphing. You can use that one instead of downloading any application for graphing. So from here, we can say that the x-intercepts or zeros of f of x equals 2x minus x squared are the solution to 2x minus x squared equals 0. So we have your x-intercepts. So x equals 0 or x equals 2 are the solutions of your quadratic functions. F of x equals 2x minus x squared. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. See you again next time. Bye!